Oh, hello, listeners. I'm so sorry. I didn't expect to see you so soon. Oh, it was that February month, wasn't it? That's a short month. I apologize. I was taking a nap. But here, let's jump right into it and let Metolius tell us what happened last time.
Welcome back, adventurers. Metolius Blackthorn here to tell you what happened last time on the Swordcast. After making our way past the creatures that stood watch over the crypt's entrance, we encountered the foul undead in their lair. After a harrowing battle, we felled the robed wight and his zombie pawns, and the spectral beings known as will-o-wisps. What lays before us after the battle, I wonder?
Thank you so much, Metolius, for that recap. Welcome back. We are now out of combat and in a room.
It's true.
The only one left invisible now is Rain from Loud Scout's Wild Magic Surge.
So, Rain's going to immediately look around the room and see if she sees anything of value. Like, is there, like...
While invisible?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're invisible and would like to see, roll a perception check.
Okay.
To see if you see anything glittering gold. Or certainly of what you think to be value.
God fucking damn it, it's 6.
You don't see much. You see 4 corpses effectively, and a large bulbous creature. It's hard to tell without searching, but you also are confused because you can't see your hands.
You could rob them of their dignity. That's about it.
I mean, again, I really think that's the thing. It's like,
take off zombies' pants.
you may be used to being in shadow or in the darkness, but being unable to see yourself in the light is odd.
I mean, I think I know how invisibility works, though.
Just kind of randomly happened. That's fine. Mm-hmm. You can know how invisibility works.
Elduin would like to go inspect these statues that are around the room.
Absolutely. There's 2 statues, and it's to the western side. It's standing on either side of this blocked entrance. So, now that the room is no longer being within combat, as I said prior, and in case you're just joining us on this episode, this is a cross-shaped room. At each of these square corners, there is an indent. To the west, there is a blocked-off entrance that seems to be covered in rocks, with to either side, stone beings are standing there, carved warrior-like stone, and I'll explain what it looks like if you go investigate. You have to the north, you have the portcullis, closed, very finely crafted iron gate. To the east, there is nothing, just a wall. To the south, there is the exit. And then into the center, there is the burial slab, where the white rose from.
Gotcha. So I would like to go over and investigate these statues by the collapsed entrance.
Excellent.
What do they look like?
They look like 2. So the carving, the work itself is actually quite impressive. They look very elven in nature, fine features, with slight amounts of armor here and there, donning their shields with the symbol you saw on the top above the archway. Upon their shields, a sword like the woad standing behind it, almost as sentries, unmoving.
Gotcha.
And infinite.
Have we heard anything about an ancient elven civilization that was here before?
You?
Have I heard anything about the an ancient elven civilization?
I don't believe you heard much, if anything. Certainly not about these.
Okay. Well, I'm going to make a little mental note.
Sure.
Elduin's going to make a little mental note to ask Cassandra about the forebearers. And then...
are you going to draw the symbol that you see?
Yes. I would love to do that. I'm going to
Excellent.
draw this little symbol in a notebook.
Okay. So, yeah. You also know...
Elduin and the rest of the group start to disperse, Loud Scout sits down on the slab in the middle of the room that he was standing on, with a sigh of relief, just oh shit, we made it. And he pulls out his flask and starts to drink.
Word. Okay, so you now sit... Again, you all sit in a room filled with corpses, seemingly closed off entrance and a portcullis. What would you like to do?
Grimtuck will go see where the ogre came from.
Okay. The ogre came from between the 2 stone sentries and the kind of clamored, fallen rubble.
There wasn't a pathway it came through. It was just chilling over there. We couldn't see it?
Yes.
Okay.
It emerged from part
It
of
was
the rubble,
it was
I
kind
believe.
of covered as though the rubble had kind of fallen upon it.
And it just didn't care to. It's just like, fuck it.
It was a zombie, so it could have
Yeah.
died underneath the rubble.
Oh, there we go. That makes sense.
Pulled itself out.
Cool.
Is the white carcass still there?
Yes.
Can I go inspect it?
Yes, it is heavily burned from the action of
And
Metolius.
is there anything left over that looks of interest?
You could roll an investigation check for
I'd
me.
love to. Well, that's not very good though. Ooh.
Metolius will investigate the zombies.
Okay.
7 from Elduin.
The charred, now kind of blackened robes seem to have been fine in nature when they were new, but not really noticeable of what they are now.
Gotcha.
Metolius, what'd you get?
9.
9. Which zombie would you like to investigate or kind of parse through? You have the dwarf, you have the female, the robed one, and you have the male elf.
Female.
Okay, the robed one.
Yeah.
And after he's done, Rain would like to investigate the male elf.
Okay. Still invisible.
Yes, for as long as I can be.
I'd say you have about a few more beats before your
Yeah.
minute's up at this
Exactly.
moment. So you find a kind of a satchel upon her, as she seems to be more of the caster variety in that she doesn't seem to have any armor or anything. Under her robes, you find a leather-bound book with a hinge on it, ornate and intricate, as though one a wizard or magic user would read from.
Okay. Like Eldwin's
Similar. Very similar.
ritual book.
More so...
What?
You haven't seen it yet. He's just looking.
Mm-hmm.
You also find what seems to be a gemstone and some amount of coins.
Okay.
It looks like a red stone, maybe a ruby of some kind.
Okay. He will pocket that and however much coin.
You get 7 gold and 6 silver.
I don't have any money written down on my character sheet.
Yeah, I think we were having it all held by our.
I've been.
Our
Elduin
rogue.
has been holding.
Oh yeah, we have a bag. of holding.
Elduin with. I have both a bag of holding and the quiver of Elona. I can have all this carrying capacity.
Well, I'll keep the 7 gold for
A rainy day.
a rainy day.
Are you putting the gem in the bag of holding?
Sure.
What is? Remind me what the gem is.
It's a red gem. It looks like a ruby.
Does this gem appear to be magical as Metolius hands it to me?
You could roll an Arcana check on it.
I'd love to.
What?
All assist.
Yeah.
Oh, does that give me advantage or what?
That would be.
Oh, it would give you advantage. Yeah, so go
Great.
for it.
Nope. 12.
What you notice, and again, what Metolius seemed to miss as he was kind of just rummaging through the corpse, there are odd symbols, runes, eldritch runes carved into this ruby. Seems to give off a faint magical aura.
So I'm gonna say, Barty, this might be a magical gem. I would like to study it. And Eluna's gonna pull out his spell book and begin the ritual for identify.
Okay.
Loud Scout is super interested and runs over to where he is and wants to watch him do this.
Word. So that's going to take you 10 minutes, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you want the elf, my dear?
Yep. Let's see. Natural 20. There we go.
Woo!
That's better.
Yeah.
Well, he's circumcised. Just saying you're thorough.
It's true. It's
Six
very.
toes on his right foot.
What you find is that the leather armor this corpse seems to be clad in seems broken, beaten, and old. Not too old, though, but certainly destroyed by wear, tear, and necrosis.
Like your mother.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Again, none of these
Grim took the
zombies
jokes.
Sorry.
seem like ancient.
Right.
They seem as though they were here, I wouldn't say within a week, but maybe 2 or so. So again...
Oh, okay, so
A fortnight.
Yes, a fortnight. So you find that the leather armor is unusable more so because of your companions than anything else.
Oh, that's fine. I wasn't looking for armor.
You do find 2 daggers.
I'll pocket those.
You notice a short bow with a broken string upon his being.
Probably don't care that much.
Okay. 8 gold, 3
Red.
silver, 10 copper.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
The crux of the rain.
8 gold. How many silver did you say?
3,
3,
10.
10 copper.
Yep. And what seems to be what looks like similar to the healing potions you already have. So another healing potion.
Oh, just like another regular healing potion? Okay.
You also find an interesting slip of paper kind of tucked in underneath his armor that you only notice now because the cut that your companions did seemed
Oh, I will pull
as
that
though
out.
he's hiding it underneath his breastplate.
Which one was these were you searching?
This is the male
male
elf.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'll take out the piece of paper and see what it is. What is the rating on it?
It does. It seems to be somewhat of an order of some kind. Very simple. Just you see a small map up in the corner directing to this crypt.
Okay.
You see the notation of what seems to be, oddly, 2 rings. You don't exactly know what it means. Just 2 rings connected. And it's just an odd image drawn.
Like intertwined?
No, more like 2 things connecting into themselves and seemingly held together. You can't tell anything more of it. It's just the image itself drawn like that. And then on the bottom, find the emerald and return it.
Okay. Alright, I will pocket that for now.
Okay. There seems to be no name. The handwriting seems choppy as well.
Okay.
But yeah. You find that.
Okay.
Grimchuck is gonna go sit and drink with Loud Scout.
Sounds good. You now see Rain back into existence standing above the elf. Everybody roll a perception check really quick.
Including me?
No.
I didn't think so.
Oh shit.
Grimchuck hit to 17.
17. Rain, where do you tuck it?
The paper?
Yes.
I mean, like, I suppose I would have, like, some kind of, like, belt pouch of some kind.
Sure.
Like, probably in there.
22 for Elduin.
19 for Matilda.
Oh my god.
Everybody sees
Loud Scout,
sneaky.
what'd you see?
Loud Scout got a 4.
Don't be ever now.
So, the 3, everyone
Loud
but Loud
Scout's been, he's had a few drinks.
Yeah. He's a little
He's
little
drinking out of
slosh.
his flask.
Yeah. So, the 3 of you, other than Loud Scout, see Rain kind of appear out of nowhere, and in that moment, her actions seem to be placing something into a pouch. And then she kind of is standing there above the elf corpse.
And Loud Scout's just super intent on, like, watching Elduin.
Yeah, you are. That's another reason you didn't see it. Is Elduin, through this, sees Rain only because she kind of pops up near him. While Loud Scout isn't even facing the same way. That's why he doesn't see it.
I take note of it, but I don't say anything
Sure.
because I don't want to interrupt the ritual.
Not a problem.
Fair.
Anything else? Does anyone else want to do anything?
Grimchuck would be taking a drink and just Hey, Rain, what'd you find?
And I'll respond, I found 8 gold, 3 silver, and 10 copper, which I'm keeping because I haven't gotten paid yet.
Alright, is that how we're doing it? We're just, you don't have party, fun, alright. It's everyone for himself. I mean, I don't really care. It's not very much money. I'll win it from you gambling later.
Probably.
Boom. Is anyone else doing anything else while the post 10 minutes?
Polius will take note of the paper
Okay.
being put away, and he will go inspect the portcullis, looking for a way to raise it.
Word.
Maybe like check its how it's is it rusty and corroded? Is like
Go for it.
what's up with this portcullis situation?
What's up with the portcullis, man? What's up with that portcullis?
Oh, not very good.
Gesundheit.
4.
4?
Yeah.
It sure is a portcullis.
It is
Sure
a
is
definitely a
a
portcullis. You can see through it. You notice that the next room looks similar from what you can see. Again, you pay little attention to the portcullis itself, noticing that it is a portcullis, and see that there is a room beyond it.
And no lever on the wall that I
And no
can
lever
see.
on the wall that you can see. You do notice that this is pretty finely crafted metal. The rust has not taken it. It still holds at looking dusty, but not old.
Right. Okay.
How wide are the gaps between the portcullis bars?
I would say they're about maybe 10 inches apiece.
Okay. So, wide enough for an owl to fit through?
You could absolutely try to shove your owl through that.
I think I can actually make him blink into existence somewhere I can see.
There you go.
Anyway,
Then
so
you
it doesn't
can.
matter.
You don't have to shove him through.
I do not have to shove him through. However, I am going to finish this identify ritual before I do
I was
anything
gonna
else.
say,
Good
'cause,
call.
like, I'm pretty sure Loud Scout's still watching that.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, it's still happening.
As I said before, is anyone else doing anything before the 10 minutes is up?
Also investigating the rock pile.
Okay. Please roll your investigation. Is anyone going to touch the dwarf? I mean, he's
Only if he
prone.
asks for
It
it.
would be easy.
I mean,
Let me-
if it
let
looks
me-
like
let me
no one
watch you
else is
touch that
going
door.
for it, I
If
probably
he says
would.
please.
We gotta take him out to dinner first.
Roll
9.
consent.
Full consent.
9 for investigation.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. You were first.
So 9 for investigation. What you notice is it's piled straight to the ceiling. This entrance is almost completely covered, and it seems as though it would take a decent feat of strength to move these. You notice one thing though. You notice a slight bit of air passing through. As though there is more to this hallway on the other side.
Grimtuck, my friend,
Yes.
Bro.
would you like to move some rocks?
Yeah, I could do that.
I feel that there might be some more to this place beyond.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Oh, I'm gonna go move some rocks.
Yeah.
Metolius will help, since he is.
Is Loud Scout
Fairly
in the
strong.
area to hear this?
Yeah, I mean you're in the room. It's a 50-foot room. You
Oh,
are
is this
able.
going on while I'm watching Elduin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, then I probably wouldn't
No worries.
pay any
I was about to say, are you gonna make Loud Scout choose between rocks and magic? Because
Yeah,
like
it's
I
not
don't
fair.
actually know.
No. No, what I'm going to do is say that
Magic rocks.
by the time all of this has gone down, you go over and investigate that. Rain searches the dwarf.
Yes, totally.
You call to Grimtuck. Elduin finishes the spell. Sound good?
Ooh, that's not gonna happen. 7 for my investigation of the dwarf.
You find a broken chain shirt that has been carved through. You find a battle axe that doesn't seem any better than anyone else's on the team.
Yeah, no.
And you find
Mine's better.
10 copper.
I'll take the 10 copper.
Poor dwarf.
You don't want the battle axe?
Look at this thing. It's a work of art.
Yeah, I'd say with the
Inlaid
battle axe,
silver, leather gripped
I-
handle.
But
Like-
you can hold it one hand.
Right. I would at least like lift up the battle axe and be like, anybody want this?
I'll
Like,
take a look at it.
Yeah. I'll hand it over to Grimtuck to.
Loud Scout just takes
Make
it,
a
right?
decision.
He
Is it-
completely ignores
It's
the
a battle
statement.
axe.
Nothing
Yeah.
fancy.
Nothing fancy.
I'm kind of a bougie
It's
bitch.
it's
really.
a dwarven battle.
I wear a
It's
lot
like
of
great axe
accoutrements.
or hand axe, and there's no in between.
No, look, if it looked nice, if it had a little bit of pizzazz to it, I think Grimtuck would
Not
be
even.
down.
I mean, granted, he
Bedazzle
was
it.
like dead, but he didn't look like the fanciest of motherfuckers. So
Yeah.
it's not a bougie axe.
If it was like if I took it off of somebody who was badass, but that guy, I took him down in one move. I just chopped him right down.
He was a zombie.
Just give me this.
Okay. It's my job to take everything away from you
No.
and build you back up.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna ditch it.
Cool. No battle axe for you. Okay, you then, as you look at the battle axe, you then hear your friend Metolius call over to you to come help him move some rocks as Elduin finishes the identify ritual.
It's a...
What's that?
What's that item?
Let's Let me find the page again. It is a ruby of the War Mage. This small, fine gem is etched with eldritch runes. This 1-inch diameter ruby allows you to use simple or martial weapons as a spellcasting focus for your spells.
With simple or martial weapons as a spellcasting focus.
I think that's for you.
Yeah, I think. I'll take it.
I would take it too.
So, upon this new knowledge, I will share that with the party and say, does anybody need an extra bit of help with combat magic?
I mean, it would be pretty sweet for me, but you could totally take it if you want, man.
When fighting, will have one hand on my bow and one free hand that I notch an arrow with, but I can use that hand to cast. So here, 2 should take this.
Well, thank you, friend. That's mighty generous of you.
Indeed.
How does it work?
Well, it's very simple, really.
Well, actually, it's... No, so what you must do is... Come here, you. Is... You must attach the ruby to the weapon by pressing the ruby against it for at least 10 minutes. Thereafter, the ruby can't be removed unless you detach it as an action or the weapon is destroyed. Not even an anti-magic field causes it to fall off. Which is actually pretty damn sweet.
Yeah.
The ruby doesn't fall off the weapon if your attunement to the ruby ends. So you must attune yourself.
We'll take care of that later.
Word. You now have the ruby of the War Mage, sir.
I can bedazzle my sword.
That's pretty neat.
Yep.
As a man who appreciates the fighting things and a little bit
A good
of
bedazzling.
flair, I have to say that your sword is now much more fearsome.
I mean, he is a boozy bitch.
Well, I'm a barbarian and a pirate, and pirates are known for liking glittery gold things.
I mean, you're
and flashy
true.
things.
Effectively,
Very true.
for the listeners, you are covered in glittery gold things.
Yeah,
Like,
I have gold.
mean,
he's actually-
pants, gold jewelry and a ruby
anyone-
on my
But
belt.
even now, it's hard to look at him.
A
if anyone-
silver
There's
chain
so much
with a
bling,
black
it's-
gem.
Yeah. If anyone in the real world has ever seen Moana, Shiny is Grimtuck's theme song.
Alright.
Back to the fantasy world, though. Okay, so you are
I'm
now...
Mr. T of the D&D world.
Oh my god,
Amazing.
you are!
I mean, that's
I
true,
love it.
though.
That's amazing.
You pity the flump.
If I've ever heard of fan art.
Oh, shit.
Anyways, so we now have Grimtuck getting asked over by Metolius to help him move some rocks. Was what you did, right?
Yep.
So
I set down my shield and sword and I helped him move some rocks.
so move some rocks, sir. Roll an athletics check, Grim.
Okay, sorry. I'm on it. Ooh, that was really good. What? 24.
24.
Wait, no, 26. Sorry, can't math well.
And you're assisting.
No, wait, 24. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was looking at the wrong
Assist.
stat. 24.
Roll advantage,
Okay,
Just in case.
just in case.
I did
No.
not as good that time.
So I would say roll me one more with advantage and assistance from your friend, and if you make this one as well, you'll make it through.
That would be another 24.
So it takes you a few minutes. You two actually start to pull some of these boulders away. Grimtuck just lifting some pretty heavy things, and Metolius, you assisting in your way. You're not weak by any means.
Nay, sir, I am not.
No, so you're able to move them out of the way. He still has a bit of that
Oh, of course.
berserker rage running through his body,
Yeah.
And I've been drinking.
and he's been drinking.
Ooh, a fearsome combination.
Yeah.
It is. So you both clear the way leading to a long hallway down into another open room. From what you see, it is about, let's see, 5, 10, 15,
Team Dark Vision can't see
Yeah,
down
I was
there.
going to say, right?
In your 60 feet of dark vision, you can see that it is another room that opens a little wider than your dark vision can see. You see that there is a wall to the back of this room. You are also standing at the very farthest point down this hallway, so you can't see very much into the room, like to the either side as well.
I'm just gonna... Grimtuck is just gonna point in the room and just nod like, hey, you wanna go check this out?
I nod in agreement.
Yeah, we're gonna go in.
Word.
I pick up the sword and shield
Okay.
after I dust off my hands.
So, as you walk into this room, it takes a little time to get down the hallway, but once you get there, you find these odd pillars. So there are two columns standing on either side, about, I would say, a little over stomach height. On top of them sits the shape of effectively a circle, almost like a sun. The other, a crescent, like the moon. And they sit attached to two long chains stuck into the wall. Each separate. And they're separated by about 30 feet on these two, and they are sitting atop these two short platforms.
Do they resemble the symbols that we saw on the armor?
They resemble as though they're the two pieces split.
Okay.
Hollow in that, but the two pieces. So it is the outline of a crescent moon and the outline of that circular sun.
Okay, so just a circular, like a cylinder coming off the ground, and then they're on it? I guess I'm having a hard time.
So there are two columns. These shapes are sitting atop them, and they are attached to chains.
Going into the platform.
Yes.
That they rest upon.
Mhm.
Okay.
What do you make of this, Fred Metolius?
I do not know.
Is there anything else in the room? In the search?
What you notice is, as you look around... Actually, roll a perception check for me, please, as you look around.
Gosh,
Look
damn it.
around, look
Not
around.
You just singing Hamilton?
7.
Maybe. Did I not? I had never seen... I don't know. Never seen Hamilton. But
I've been listening to it a lot, so
Oh.
I really like...
I inadvertently sang Hamilton.
For me, thank you.
I mean,
Gosh.
I hear it's a good show.
It's amazing.
23 on that perception check.
So you actually notice that there are some cracks within the wall, the corner of the wall. It seems to kind of crack out into possibly where the actual breeze you felt came from.
I see.
So just kind of a bit of
Some
breaking,
structural damage.
a little bit off to the northeastern side of the corner of this.
Okay.
Just a slight bit of cracks along the molding.
Well, it doesn't look like there's much information, so I'm just gonna call back down the hallway and say, "Fellows, we found something.
Something?
Not really sure what to make of it.
Huh.
Bring your big elven brain down here."
You're funny, Metolius. I will come. Elduin walks down the hallway and sees
two pedestals, a hollow sun and a hollow crescent moon on either side attached to chains sunk into the pedestals themselves.
Great. Does Elduin make any more of it than they did?
Does he?
Which roll do you want me to
Investigation, because you know what you're seeing.
Great. That is going to be a 19.
The hinges and the chains attached to these shapes seem quite strong and still holding their luster, as though they have not moved in a very long time, but they have not also rusted away. You also have no idea where those chains go, which is interesting.
I'll try to
relay this information.
Oh, that's a very good observation. I try to pick it up. How heavy is it?
So you lifted about 5 inches off of the pedestal. Which one are you lifting, first of all?
The circle, I guess.
Okay, you lift the sun about 5 inches off the pedestal, and it kind of stops as it does. After about 5 inches, you are no longer able to lift anymore. Just a dead basic lift.
Oh, okay. There's just too much weight after not very far.
There seems to be some amount of resistance upon that chain.
I will pull. I'll try to move it.
Okay, roll a strength check.
Athletics or strength?
Athletics.
18.
18?
Yeah.
So you're able to lift it higher. Loud Scout, you stayed in the other room. Rain, you stayed in the other room. Correct?
Yeah, totally. I was gonna like start moseying that way.
So as Metolius begins to lift this, as you, Rain, start to work your way towards the two sentries, you and Loud Scout hear a odd kind of scrape coming from the portcullis side, the portcullis wall.
Loud Scout was wanting to inspect the portcullis, so...
Well, then you now have a reason. Just faint, and it stops once you get to, I'm guessing, as high as you can lift it.
I mean, I would just try to pull it as far as I could go.
So, which way are you pulling it? Westwise, northwise, which is towards the other shape, or or eastwise, which is towards the inch?
I don't know which side I was on, so I would probably just say, like, I am on the south side.
Okay.
And I just pull south.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to pull about 5 feet towards the other wall, which is southwise.
Okay.
And you kind of connect to the wall. It sits flush. It's able to pull that far, at least, that you know.
I let go.
And just, like, release.
Yeah.
And it, like, quickly jolts back into place and, like, hits into the pedestal. And Loudscat, as you're starting to move towards the portcullis, you see just a slight shift as it it doesn't even really open, as it moves slightly, as though some amount of tension was pulled up upon it and then released.
Is this audible? Can I hear that from down the hallway?
You can roll a perception check for me with those good elf ears.
Not so perceptive.
How perceptive were you?
I was approximately 9 perceptions.
On a scale
In
of
a-
1
on a scale of 1 to 20, how perceptive were you? Well, that's not very perceptive. So no, sadly, in the sound of the clanging of the shape hitting the pedestal, you miss the sound of the portcullis move.
I was just gonna say, huh? Well, I guess it didn't do anything.
Grimtuck is going to try and lift the other one.
Okay.
Just mostly to see if he can.
Do it. Roll an athletics check for me.
Oh, critical fail.
Ooh.
You find the other one an odd shape, and as you kind of try to lift at the center of the crescent moon, like the inner center, you find no purchase, and your hand just kind of slides up it into kind of a painful pinch at the top, dealing
Yeah.
3 points of damage to you.
Jesus. That thing, he did more damage than the zombie.
Um,
These things are tricky! He just kind of puts his finger in his mouth. We're shocked!
So Loud Scout, having seen the portcullis move, would want to move up and inspect it.
Okay, do it.
So investigation, I would assume?
Yep.
Grimtuck would probably kick the
Not
fucking
great.
thing.
That's a 9.
9. Effectively, you see that this portcullis is finally made. You notice that there is now no dust upon it, as though it had shifted slightly even. The dust had been kind of knocked off.
Like, could I tell enough if it was, like, recently, as in within the last couple minutes, or recently enough to where, like, the last couple days, or, like, could I tell that difference?
And now with a 9. You notice that there is dust on the ground, but not dust on the portcullis at the moment.
Okay, fair enough. I guess Loud Scout would kind of, like, hang out there for a second and kind of,
Just
like,
inquisitively watching it.
see if it happens again.
Word. Are you all doing anything else in the room then?
So did I make it to the wall?
You did.
Obviously, he would pull out a bottle of brandy
Grimtuck is going to try again.
while he does so.
On
Okay.
the thing. Because he's
Metolius
not one to get
will
outdone.
also try again.
Okay.
But he'll try to go further.
Same.
So go to the. So then, would you like to? If Grimtuck is on the north column and Metolius is on the south column, would you guys like to go opposite columns with
sounds-
I
yourselves?
mean, if that's the greatest distance.
That would
Yeah.
be definitely the greatest distance.
Maybe we
Okay.
can place them on the other pedestal.
Athletics check together then, please.
Athletics, you say? That would be 17 for Grimtuck.
23.
Damn,
Alright.
doing good.
So, you both pull, and, you know, like you're going at the gym, you're pulling that kind of like sideways draw with the weights, and you're pulling side towards each other. And as you start moving forward, you kind of matching pace with each other until you get to about halfway, and you meet right in the middle. And as this is all going on, Loud Scout, you're sitting in front of the portcullis, and it begins to rise in front of you. Until
I'm just like kind of watching and just drinking at the same time. And I kind of look around and see if anybody else has seen it, and it's like nobody else is noticing.
Nope.
So I just like
There's
look
no one
back
else
and
in
I just
there.
like,
Yeah, you're by yourself.
yeah.
No, at this moment, Rain is halfway down.
I turn around and I see nobody else there, so I'm like, okay, and I just like kind of watch and see what's gonna happen.
Rain is halfway down the hallway, and you see Metolius and Grimtuck not meet in the center, but get to just about center-wise.
Okay. And would, from the position I'm at, would I be able to hear the portcullis?
You can roll a perception.
Can I roll a perception as well for the second
13.
rise?
13? Yes. Yes, you can.
I'm just out to lunch today. 12.
That's not
Space
that much
Hill.
better
That's
than...
not
That's better than you did last time.
That is absolutely true.
So, yes, you both notice the sound of kind of scraping coming from the other room. It's low. It's not like, screeching metal, like, fingernails on the chalkboard, but it's definitely like the sound of metal running against stone.
Right.
Upon hearing this, Elduin's going to run back to that room
Okay.
and observe the portcullis. from
Sure.
here.
Are you guys trying to go past each other with the symbols?
I was trying to. I was just trying to see how far
Sure.
I can pull it.
Metolius is just like looking for some place to put.
Sure.
Oh wait. So
Like, is there's like attaching point?
Well, we could put it on the opposite pedestal,
as
right?
Yeah, let's
Elduin,
try.
Yeah.
as Elduin runs in to the room and looks back, and he goes, "That's it! They control the pedestals!" And then he's gonna look around and then grab that battle axe that was dropped on the ground earlier and run back to the chains and try and drop it in between the two chains as they're pulled towards each other.
So instead of letting those two pass each other, you're stopping them and then sticking something between the two.
Once the chains come together, I want to put
Like
the
putting-
battle axe in so that the chains can't
Like
move
in
apart.
through two chain links.
Okay.
Between the two chains.
So yeah, you run up. You two,
That's a good
as
idea.
you're trying to move past each other, hear Eldrin call back that you are controlling this, and he runs back with the battle axe and like stops you. And as he does, he takes the battle axe and he raises it up as though to swing, and then shoves the actual hilt and handle straight through the two, and then releases it, holding basically the curve of the axe kind of catches along the side. And so you are now both standing there with your two pieces and a battle axe in between. Do you release it?
That thing might not hold. It's kind of a piece of shit.
Does this
I
thing
mean, it's
look-
not as nice as mine, but I don't want to leave it behind.
It's not like a rusted battle axe.
It's not.
Yeah, okay. This thing should hold. I mean, it's definitely not as fancy as yours. but-
Metolius, let's go.
Crimduck does too.
As the chain goes to kind of retract, it is stuck in midair, and the battle axe kind of wobbles in that kind of way, back and forth, as it is now suspended, held by two symbols and two hooks in the air. And Loud Scout, the portcullis stays open. You now see an open door in front of you.
I take a drink out of my bottle of brandy and I stand up and slowly and cautiously start to approach the opening of this gate and kind of like warily start to poke my head inside and see what's going on.
Uncharacteristically brave. You're going in first? As the loud scout?
No, I'm not going in at all.
I
I'm
mean,
trying to
he
be
is a
super
scout.
cautious.
Yeah.
And
Who
like,
might be loud.
Who's been drinking?
Metolius turns
I mean,
to Eldwin and says,
there's many dimensions to this character.
Metolius says, what are you babbling about back there?
What am I babbling about? The portcullis. It's up.
I see.
That is why I wanted to hold it. I thought that this would work, and it looks like it is.
Well then, we should probably make our way through.
We should before it decides that it doesn't want to hold anymore.
Grimchuck shrugs and just heads back to the other room.
You see an open doorway where the portcullis you saw was.
Let's go check it out.
Let's go.
And a creeping gnome.
Elduin is going to run up to it, observe what's on the far side. Did I ask that before?
You did not.
I have dark vision. What's on the far side?
Of
The portcullis.
into the other room?
Yeah.
Well, it's an open door now, so it's no longer a portcullis. So there's a small gnome, as well as another room similar in size.
Okay. Is there anything...
There's no slab. There are no bodies. It's just an open room.
Okay. I'm going to duck under the... Or, I guess, is it all the way up?
It's all the way up.
It's all the way up? I'm just going to casually walk
Strut
through.
in.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Metolius will follow.
Yeah, I mean, if we're just walking in like we own the place, let's do it.
Yeah, big dick swanging.
Boom.
We already did.
Yeah? Rain, are you the last?
Yes, Rain is following cautiously behind you guys.
You notice one thing now that you kind of like look around. Again, as you're being cautious and you're kind of looking around this kind of opening, you notice that same symbol is emblazoned in the top of the archway that the portcullis was set in.
Oh, like the rings on the paper?
Okay. The sun and moon.
Gotcha.
So, you guys make it into the next room. Your dark vision holds true, and you're able to see everything as usual. In black and white. What you now see is a very similar scene, a portcullis on the north side, closed. A room in a plus-shaped pattern, angled in corners. 2 stone sentries standing on either side of a long hallway. Similar to the other, but...
Made of stone.
Wait, yes. The sentries are stone, just like the last ones.
Okay.
The hallway is open. And you feel a breeze kind of pass through as you waltz further into this room. So, you're in a room. There's nothing around you either. Minus 2 stone sentries, similar to the others, shield, sword, standing seemingly forever watch.
Are their faces hollow like the wooden ones?
No, the first ones weren't either. They were carved to look like elves.
Oh, for some reason I thought that they had hollow parts to them. That's what the will-o-wisps went inside.
The ones outside did.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Wood, yes.
Yeah,
but
the wooden ones.
Yes.
The wooden ones did, but the will-o-wisps actually never went in. It seems as though the creatures had seemingly luminescent eyes that opened.
Oh, okay, cool.
It just looked as though because you were following glowing orbs.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm just wary of statues, I guess.
I understand. I would be too.
Makes sense.
Metolius looks down the hallway.
Metolius, what you notice is that the ground around the western side is cracked, broken, old, damaged. It seems to be much rougher than the previous place, even though the previous western hallway was caved in and covered in boulders. Instead, about halfway down the hallway, there seems to be a place that falls out. On the other side, you notice another room similar to the previous one you saw, but there seems to be a large emptiness between.
A chasm.
Some would say that.
Everyone is going to walk up to this chasm and sort of look around, see, does it go too far down? Does it...
Even with your dark vision, you cannot see the bottom.
Ooh, that's where Grimtuck comes
Whoa.
in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come and take a look.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to look down too? So you 3 are now standing at the edge of this chasm.
No, I'm not standing at the edge of the chasm.
So you 2 are now standing at the edge of this
I walked
chasm.
down the hallway to ascertain what was down there. I did not go to the edge of the chasm.
Grimtuck he doesn't care. He's gonna come and take a look with his eagle eyes, see what
My
he can
curiosity will definitely take me there. I'll take me to the edge.
see. I'll be like, what do you got going on? He'll do in a hole?
If this was a trap-filled floor, I could have just killed you both.
Yep.
But it's not.
It'd be a
So-
weird place to put traps.
Yeah.
I caved in floor.
It'd be
Again.
pretty perfect to do so. Anyways, it's not. But what you do notice is that even with your eagle vision, you see nothing at the bottom of this. As though the cold breeze blowing up from it is coming from the depths of one of the rings of hell.
I'll let everybody know. Be like,
Or
hey,
the abyss.
There's
so
no light coming.
just
No
so
light.
everybody
The
knows,
Underdark.
I can see for about
You see Mesobaranzan.
I can see pretty good detail for about a mile. I can't see to the bottom of this thing.
Even in the dark.
I mean,
Personally, he would see better if there was no light.
yeah.
I see better if there's no light.
Well, he's got dark vision.
Yeah.
And crazy fucking barbarian sight.
Yeah, he does. Okay.
Got to put on the commercial. Do you feel down in the dumps because you have to ask for other people's dice? Do you never seem to have that one you really need when you really need it? Well, don't worry. DiceBards.com has you covered. With a wide variety of materials and designs, DiceBards.com has everything you need, including their 29-piece adventure kit with every dice you'd ever need for any situation in your tabletop role-playing game. No less right now, it's on sale for $20. That's less than 70 cents per die. So, what are you going to do at checkout? Well, you're going to put in coupon code SWORDCAST, that's SWORDCAST, all one word, all capital letters, for free expedited shipping. And remember, DiceBard.com has everything you need, as long as anything you need are dice.
So I'm gonna perceive around and see if there's any like. Now I'm gonna look for traps.
Grimtuck is
now
gonna
I'm gonna look for just whatever.
Grimtuck is going to move away from the scary bottomless pit because that kind of unnerves him a little.
How
Fair,
far
yeah.
across is the pit?
The pit seems to be about 10 feet across.
Oh, we can jump
Oh, that's
that.
jumpable. Well, so first off, Elduin is gonna. So does it look like there's anything that like might be trapped or triggered in this area?
Roll a perception.
13.
Yeah, Grimtuck is just going to look around too.
You could assist him if you want.
No, I'm not looking for traps. I'm just looking for details.
Okay.
Or the room
Elduin,
itself.
you don't see anything trapped specifically.
Okay.
Grimtuck, what's your perception tell you?
13.
13, you notice that the chasm not only goes down, it goes up. Granted, you can see an end to it, as though this chasm was, like, cracked open from underneath.
Like something blasted out from underneath and just kept going up.
It stops, though. There's an end to the to the break above.
Okay.
But, like, this opened up. Maybe a sinkhole or something like that. But it is... Like, that is why the ground seems to be broken and kind of, like, cracked.
I'll point everybody's attention. Just, hey, check that out. Just look at the ceiling.
Cautiously looking for traps and like unstableness. Range is going to walk on the wall and go to the other side.
Word.
That's a neat trick.
Well, the chasm is all the way around.
Oh.
Oh, it goes through the wall too.
Okay, so like we can't see the ends of it.
Like it
On the
cracks this
side?
place
Well, you
in
can
half.
see the ends of it, but it's... You notice that it's broken wall. You'd have even with your slippers, you would have a mildly tough time finding purchase upon that wall.
Somebody cracked this
Without
whole place in
knowing
half. It's nuts.
where any of the wall would break. You could try it, but there's a possibility of it faltering.
Have you fallen?
Not your slippers, but the wall.
Right, yeah.
So,
But you can absolutely try it.
fellow Grimtuck, with your wonderful sight, would you mind coming here a moment?
Sure. What am I looking at?
So we're standing at the edge of the chasm.
Sure.
Yeah, it goes on forever.
I'm going to cast Firebolt down the hole,
Okay.
just to see how far it goes. And
Don't
extra
antagonize
light.
the hole.
So
My curiosity gets the best of me.
I understand. I
sometimes.
love it. It's great. As your firebolt flies farther and farther down, it starts to grow smaller. As it reaches a point, you hear a giant roar. No, that's not true. No, it just keeps going until you no longer can see it, and the spell fades, and it goes.
It reaches its range and then
It does.
just.
I'm thinking we
Wow.
shouldn't fall.
How far does that spell go?
120 feet or so.
It's more than that.
Very observant one you are. Well, shall we try to jump it?
Does anyone have a length of rope?
I do have rope.
I also have rope.
Yeah, explorer's pack. I have rope.
Yeah, so we should. I guess we all do. I have silk rope. Well, we should do this safely, and when one jumps, all the others hold the rope attached to them, and then that way, if they falter, we can all hold on to them and pull them back up.
Yes.
If they falter.
Yes.
And then,
Do
and then
that.
once we start to get on the other side, we throw over a separate rope, and then we hold from both sides.
Do it.
So
How they
who
were all
goes?
pulled down the hole.
Okay, so how about we tie the rope to me first? I feel like I can get over the safest by climbing across the wall, but in case the wall does crumble, you guys will have the rope around me.
Yeah, and then I'll tie the rope, link the rope around myself as well.
Yep.
So it's anchored.
Okay.
And then I can be holding rope from the other side along with people on this side, and we can continue from there.
Yeah.
I feel like me going first might be the best idea.
we should go in order of weight, so I will go last.
Okay.
Well, actually,
Okay.
that means that Loud Scout would go first, but that's a bad idea.
You could always just throw him.
While,
plan to.
while they're having this conversation, I back up and I put my shield on my back and sheath my sword and I like crack my neck and get like
While they're discussing
a little,
this.
a little like hype jump and then I sprint full speed toward it and jump.
Word. Do it.
Oh shit.
Athletics, please.
Oh, this better. Oh, don't fall.
Crit one coming right now. Nope.
25.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. As Metolius vaults, as you are both discussing this and going back and forth, it's like, well, Loud Scout should really go first, but it's fine, I'll go last. And Metolius just bolts past you, and you just hear like a whoosh of wind as you see your paladin in midair for just a moment as he 3-point lands upon the other side.
How far is the gap?
It's
10
a
feet.
10-foot gap. 10-foot gap.
You're gonna
Seeing
need-
Metolius run, Loud Scout just runs and jumps too. Oh wow.
For 10 foot?
Can you jump 10 feet?
He has a strength score of +2, apparently. So he has 14. He can jump 14 feet.
That is such a
Alright.
bad idea.
Roll athletics, man. Do it up.
That was real close to a 1. I saw it like wink. It winked at me.
That's a 15.
You see, so again, as you two are just like, wait, what happened? You hear another whoosh as
Loud Scout
Loud
just like
Scout,
takes a drink and then just runs and books it after Metolius.
and Loud Scout
World's
with a
strongest
little
gnome.
with a little less, kind of presence in his landing. Loud Scout does make it across just fine.
Grimtuck is unnerved by the fact that he couldn't see the bottom of this, and he knows how far he can see, so I'm still going with the rope. I don't care. So, I think Rain and I will still rope it up.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Elduin?
Elduin is going to participate in the roping.
That sounds terrible. let us not have a roping in this crypt, thank you.
Metolius and Loud Scout, high five.
Yeah.
So
Boom.
Loud Scout like kind of hits the ground and rolls over, and he like pops up and just reaches into his sleeve and pulls out a bottle of brandy, takes a sip, and then passes it right to Metolius, and like just kind of turns around and watches everybody else as he like passes the bottle off to Metolius.
I take a drink and pass it back.
Word.
Right?
Yeah, not a
Actually,
Right, you should
Elduin's
probably
gonna
just jump
say
if
we
you're
should
anchored to
probably
me.
just jump. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if
Elduin's
you're
gonna-
anchored to me, then you're not going to fall.
Yeah, probably not.
Or you'll all die together.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, fuck
Everyone's
it.
gonna watch this jump
Um,
intently.
So yeah, athletics check.
Does it have to be athletics? Can it be acrobatics?
Not for
Like in some
not
way.
for jumping.
God damn it. Alright. Fine. I'll do it.
You're roped up.
11.
Oh.
As I see her jump through the air, Elduin is gonna cast Gust on her and try to push her a little bit further.
Word. As you're just about to make it to the other side and you notice your foot would have landed just at the edge, you feel the wind catch up behind you and push you just over, landing safely on the other side.
Wonderful. Okay.
booped. I booped.
With a slight boop of the wind, you make it across.
By Patrick Rothfuss.
Man.
That's the next book.
That's the next
Goddamn.
person.
So, I would say send the rope back, and I'll fix it to friend Elduin.
Yes.
And I do just that.
Elduin ties it around his waist
Okay.
and then runs across and
Athletics
jumps.
check, please.
Runs across. Jumps across.
You can get a running start. Long.
See, and that is why we do the rope.
The 6.
That is why we do the rope.
That is why.
Yep.
So as Elduin kind of takes a leap just a bit too early as he's rushing across. Mm-hmm. In his excitement and his, bit of apprehension, he jumps a bit too early, and as he does, you see him clothesline himself on the edge of the chasm of the other side.
Ow.
As he is kind of not only funny, but also clamoring to pull himself up. Would anyone like to assist him?
I would assist him.
Oh, I will. I'm glad.
Help!
Wait,
As he's-
so he jumped across the chasm?
He
and
made
is-
it to about the edge of the chasm,
The lip.
missed,
Hit it.
and hit himself like halfway up, and like
I'm like,
cartoon.
So as Loud Scout sees that he's not about to make it, he pulls the little clay hand out of his pocket and throws it at the edge of the canyon as a hand made of earthen soil and clay comes out of the edge and grabs Elduin as he falls short.
And pulls him in.
The hand's just kind of gonna extend like from the edge of the cliff and just kind of like rest underneath him and gives him a platform so that he can climb onto the
Word.
ledge.
So as you feel that you are going to fall, you land on your knees upon this stone hand protruding out from the chasm. You see
whoa.
You see Loud Scout sitting there, hand outstretched, clay hand shattered.
Other hand drinking.
Yes, hand outstretched with a small clay hand in it. Other hand drinking.
I was just gonna look at him and say, "Thanks for the hand."
Hey!
All right, here we go.
Loud Scout's just gonna take the hand that he's got, the little clay hand, and point it at him, and then put it back in his sleeve.
Brace yourself, friend Elduin.
What?
I am not light.
1 second. Metolius, would you mind grabbing a hold of this rope?
Are you gonna
as well?
let him wait?
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
fine.
Metolius grabs the rope.
And that is why we do that. I rolled a 1.
So you.
That is why we do the rope.
That's why we do the rope, guys.
So what happens is you aim for the hand, thinking that it can hold your weight. It now, as the spell begins to fade, cannot, and the hand falls away under you.
It's the second one in a row that I've rolled.
I would do
mean,
it super
you-
duper M, but as I do
heavy
that,
as
He's heavy as fuck.
no, as that happens, I'm just gonna say, Rain, help!
Oh, but
And he's also attached to you.
I know. I'm very aware
So
of this.
you
fact.
see Grimtuck fall beyond the edge of the chasm.
Huh!
As the rope goes taut against it, you see Elduin start to be dragged forward to it, with Metolius holding on,
Oh, I grab it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
and Rain too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So all three of you, I would like you to roll a combined athletics check to pull this orc up from the edge. As you begin to kind of try to grip on the wall.
Grimtuck is gonna yell.
My hand's still
This is embarrassing.
No,
I broke
he
the
jumped
hand.
through. He jumped through it.
Oh shit. Okay.
He basically put too much pressure upon a fading hand.
18.
18?
18.
16.
Even though it lasts for a minute.
Athletics.
Yeah.
23.
Okay,
I
yeah.
think we're good.
So, with not only the help of the three of you, you're able to kind of hoist him up. You see that large green fist grip on the edge. Another one comes up, and he just kind of pulls himself up with your aid. As he, I see this as Grimtuck, pulls himself up from the top and just kind of, flops over the edge and, rolls away from it. And
Yeah.
just,
We'll never talk of this again.
Your caution was portent, Grimtuck.
Yeah, that's the thing he said.
Okay.
Well-
You guys are all on the other side now.
I untie the rope.
There you go.
Whose rope is this?
It's my rope.
There you go, Grimtuck. You should hold on to this, then I just kind of tap.
It's my lucky rope now.
Be wary, for we will have to do it again to get back.
We have more rope.
As we look around the room, what do we see?
You now see a very similar sight. You see two pedestals, the symbols of the sun and the moon, now reversed in this one, sitting upon it. What? In the same fashion, hollow, metallic. They sit upon both pedestals, like the other.
But they're reversed this time.
Yes. But it's this. It's not as though like a crescent sun and a full moon. It's just the
Shapes.
shapes are on the opposite sides.
Got it.
I walk over.
And also, you notice that this one is standing. So instead of like the other one, which was laying down upon the pedestals, these ones are standing up.
I grab one and try to pull it.
As you touch it,
as
you
though it's
feel
attached to a chain.
you feel electricity run through your body. It's not like it damages you, but you feel an odd, like as though your hand is stuck to it for a moment, and you just kind of take your hand off, and you feel just a bit of numbness, as though you you grabbed upon.
Licked a 9-volt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's a 9-volt?
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of like jolt in surprise. I look around and I say, "This puzzle is different.
Was puzzle. What have you found?
It's like the last room, but not.
Please explain.
There's some sort of energy running through this device."
Interesting. Eldwin goes and investigates.
Cool. Do it up.
And I would say that I would help.
very well.
I would assist in his investigation
Then
with my knowledge of
roll
traps and
advantage.
things like that.
Huh.
There we go.
I went from a 2 to a natural 20.
Excellent. So you go to the other symbol. And you notice that these symbols, like the previous, are, again, the opposite in that same sense. But instead of it being on chains, you touch the other, and it gives you that same jolt that Matoli's got.
So, in this room, all we have is the chasm behind us,
Yes.
and then the closed door in front of us. Closed.
Well, it's not in front of you now.
Yeah, but
Yes.
yeah. So, Cryptuck is going to look around for a second and say, "Well, here's the thing. Does anybody else think it might be a portent idea to possibly use this space to rest and recuperate after our last fight? It seems as if it would be really difficult for anything to sneak up on us here. Because I look around at you all and myself, and we're all pretty beat up."
I forgot to ask, is there an obvious route out of this room?
The way we
Over the
came from.
chasm.
Yeah.
Wait, but so there's the chasm that we just crossed.
So it's the same thing. It's the it's the plus-shaped room.
Mm-hmm.
There's the portcullis, the exit, which is southwards, and then to the west is this chasm you just crossed.
So yeah, it's basically the chasm.
It's the
and
exact
then the
same shape
portcullis.
of the room.
And so this wouldn't be really a place that anybody's going to be able to sneak up on us unless they come from the bottomless pit.
Right, they're either coming out of the chasm or opening the portcullis.
And when we look at the portcullis, we're pretty sure we can tell if it's been opened any time recently. This would be a really easily defensible place. I don't think anything's going
is
to come for us
true.
here.
I agree.
I think we could take a short rest here to bind our wounds,
Mhm.
if that is what you're saying.
Yeah, and it'll give us time to figure out this puzzle.
True. Let's do that.
Yep, sounds good.
All
So
right.
short rest then?
I guess
Short
so.
rest.
Yeah, sure.
So feel free to use any hit dice you need.
Yeah.
I'll just use one.
I am using one, and I'm going to get back 11.
Since I get back double, I will use one and get back 22.
You add your con to it.
Oh wait, more than that.
I will use
So
one
I
as
do.
well.
Thank you. So 15, I get 30 back. I love
Jesus
this
Christ. That's why I tried to give you 2.
thing.
7 back.
I took back 4 of the 8 that I lost. I think that'll be fine.
I got back
I'm
11 of the 12 I lost.
I got
I'm
back,
too shy away
what?
from full health, so I'm not. I'm okay with that
I
rule.
got back to 26. I got 26 that were halved, every bit of them.
Did a lot of damage to you.
Yeah, I got beat up. That's okay. I killed a lot of things. Well, they were already dead. You know what I mean.
Okay.
And as we...
So, while you're resting, are you deciphering this or trying to figure out something?
Yeah,
So what are you doing?
I don't know.
So same thing, chains.
No.
No chains.
Sorry, Grimtuck wasn't paying too much attention because he just escaped death.
Because he almost died in
Yeah.
the vacuous maw of the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, no chains. 2 electrified things.
I have an idea.
Loud Scout is still curious. He would walk around like drinking, but like and still kind of looking at things, but wouldn't do anything like too crazy.
I'm gonna friend Elduin, come here. Let me borrow you for a moment.
Sure.
Grimtuck is gonna touch the thing and touch Elduin
Okay.
and see if it does anything.
So you feel the shock.
Mhm.
Elduin, you feel it run through him.
Oh, it is electricity, it seems.
Well, if we attach all of ourselves and then make them connect.
Yes. Have we finished our rest?
Yes.
Okay, we finished our rest. Got
This
it.
is the point where you have already rested. It's been about half an hour, and he's been. I would say Grimtuck's been thinking over this puzzle for this whole time, and he finally, at the end of your rest, was like, "Wait, come here. Let me see something."
Okay, alright, got it. Yeah. Well, what do you think will happen if it makes a connection on the far side?
Well, I've seen lightning arc between two things, and I know that there's a reaction. Perhaps the shocking that we have with this one, we can't connect them because there's no chains to pull them, but this will make a connection. The last one, they needed to be connected in order for the door to open.
Aren't you worried about being zapped?
I just touched it and it didn't do anything.
But what if the connection is made? How much will flow through us?
What happens if we touch the other one and it doesn't zap us? Let's go. Has anybody touched that one?
I do not know.
I touched one.
Are these things movable, or are they like
No.
affixed
They're
to
not
the
movable,
pillars?
they are
Okay,
fixed.
Cool. Gotcha.
I mean, if it didn't kill me when I touched it just now, I don't know why it would shock me more.
Metolius will go touch the other one.
Yeah, how much distance is between the two?
30 feet, same thing as the other.
And
Can we make a arm chain that long? It's
Well, yes,
One-
yes, you can.
One moment. Let's touch the other one and see what happens.
I touched the other one. I already touched one, so I know what happens.
Yeah,
I just walk over and touch it.
same
And
thing.
I feel this weird energy.
Yeah, same thing. Zap, zap.
honestly, I didn't put much thought into this, but I feel like we connected the other ones with chain, but with no chain, we have to find a way to connect them. Every piece of symbolism with these two symbols on them always shows them connected. They're never apart.
That is a good point. I wonder what would happen if I and him were going to touch it and cast Shocking Grasp on one of the tall nodes.
Somehow your idea is dumber than mine.
On one of the nodes.
Yeah, one of the poles.
I mean, it seems to go through it, but you don't hear anything. Nothing seems.
Doesn't charge up a battery or anything. Okay.
There's a little meter on the bottom of the pedestal that's like doot, 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 doot.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, that didn't do much. Let's Grimtuck. Let's form this chain.
Or, we could just shock things. Try to make it work.
Hey, this is a pursuit
Touch Rain,
of...
her hair just goes.
It is the pursuit of knowledge that I seek, and that is one
I'm
way.
kidding. Just slaps you on the shoulder. Come on,
Oh,
let's do this thing.
oh.
Oh, that's weird.
Come, let us. Well, let us dally no longer and try this harebrained idea of yours.
Let's do it.
I've had worse.
So we form a chain, I guess.
Yeah.
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 I would think that the four of you could probably get between it without the help of Loud Scott, but Loud Scott, you can join in if you'd like.
I mean, he's gonna kind of watch these crazy fools do what they're doing.
Fair.
Yeah, they don't need to know how much he doubts himself in situations like this.
Okay. No worries. So as you make the chain one after another, you continue to feel the electricity run through you until you finally make it. Say Grimtuck, Loud Scout, or not Grimtuck and Elduin. I know are on the opposite sides, and as the electricity runs through you, Elduin, you touch the other symbol, and as you do, you all hear that same scraping sound. Not that you know.
I did a thing.
Very good.
Now try not to fall back in the hole.
I don't want to do that again.
Okay.
So the sound of a portcullis happened.
Yeah.
Great. Does it actually rise?
We can't.
You cannot see
we
it.
can't see it, can we?
We're
Okay.
down a hallway. over a giant hole in the ground.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
But you heard something that sounded like it.
Loud Scout, do you see what it is?
Oh, he's in the same
He's
room
in the
with
same
us.
room.
Could you go check?
Yes. Jump by yourself.
Wait, it's...
Oh, wait, no, it's someone
Jump
behind
back
us?
across the chasm.
Shit.
I'm super confused.
I'm not doing that.
So it's the same shape as the other room.
But but I thought there was a portcullis on either side of the chasm.
Yeah, that's what
No.
I thought
No.
too. Okay.
Oh.
No.
Yeah,
It's the
that's
same.
what I was thinking too.
Okay, I apologize, and viewers, if you were confused as well. So it's the same as the other room. The room you entered is that plus shape. The north wall of that room has the portcullis. Mm-hmm. The west wall has the sentries, as well as that long corridor with the chasm. On the opposite side of the chasm are those two pillars with the symbols that you are standing in a room that is empty otherwise.
I see.
Gotcha. There's nothing
Okay.
else in the room.
Again, once this does go up, I promise to have the actual map so you can follow along.
So... Was it like a lot of scraping? Did it sound like enough movement for, like...
Are you all still holding it?
Yes.
Yeah. It stops after a while.
Okay. So
And
then let go, and if we don't hear more scraping, I think it's safe to assume that it opened and it stayed open.
Okay.
And that seems logical.
So you let
But
go?
if we let go and we hear scraping again, then chances are it closed back up.
Also
Sounds
true.
fair?
Sounds reasonable.
What you do?
If I heard noise coming back from that direction we came, I would go check it out.
So you are going to have to go across the chasm again.
We got rope.
You're all touching the thing.
Yeah, right? No.
Loud Scout's not super worried about it. He runs and jumps.
Okay. Athletic check. Oh, buddy.
You been drinking? Last guy was feeling ballsy.
That is a 21.
Oh, yeah, you make it just fine. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
You do like a roll to a 3-point land. Like, somehow, you're able to make a 3-point landing
ball
after a
comes out
roll.
of the sleeve and
Yeah,
power
just
trick.
like, haha!
Just like, yeah.
In front of everyone who is looking at you
It's
doing
like the
this.
hero landing, but he takes a drink at the end.
Nice.
And then gets up and continues onward.
You see the portcullis is open.
Could have told you that.
You didn't have to risk your life.
I mean, my
It's just so easy to see,
Uh,
obviously.
At that point, I think he would like tuck the bottle away and continue inside stealthily. And while he walks in, he's going to cast non-detection on himself.
Okay. And you walk around the corner out of their sight. Are you guys right?
Yeah.
Are you-
I walk in there to see what's going on.
Did you tell us that the thing was up?
No. I was across the chasm. How could I tell you?
Because it's a 10-foot chasm, you could hear
You're like,
Oh, I
run-
couldn't
You could just tell them.
sound doesn't go 10
Hand
feet.
signs.
No, I
We can literally see you.
You can-
I did not do that.
Yeah.
No, he
Fair.
kept moving. He didn't want to.
He's enthralled
Are you
by...
casting non-detection going back into the room that we came from?
No, he's
Okay.
going further
Cool.
on.
Okay, gotcha.
Past the second portcullis.
Dig it.
Are you going past the second portcullis?
I'm going to creep to the edge of it
'Kay.
and see what
Creep.
is percept what is happening in that room.
Percept it.
Ooh. You percept well.
Well.
I percept for a 21.
You percept that there is a 30-foot corridor that turns to the left, out of sight.
Okay.
You percepted the shit out of
You also do notice that that same symbol sits on the top of this archway. That same sun and moon combo.
With the sword through it, or
Just the symbol.
okay. I continue to check out the corridor.
Okay, you are all, as he walks into the corridor, you are all just standing there and you see Loud Scout dip, effectively.
Well, okay. I guess we wait for a minute or something.
Yeah.
Then, I don't know. Metolius.
You're still standing there attached.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Metolius is...
Well, let's fuck around with it. Let's see if we let go, if it starts to slip.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
We break the chain.
And you hear that same grinding noise. Now, Loud Scout, you see the portcullis start to fall very rapidly. You are inside of it, inside that corridor, and the portcullis is coming down. Are you trying to jump back through?
I still, like, out of just instinct, I'm like, oh shit, I'm being trapped, and I turn around and, like, run back towards it, and I try and get back through it.
As you dive through, I want you to roll an acrobatics check.
You're gonna get killed, crushed under a portcullis gate.
What you don't notice is the swords that are edging it.
Oh no! Hold on, where's my acrobatics?
He's gonna get cuts and
Oh, there it
hang-ups.
is. 15.
15?
Yeah.
You do. Barely. You actually feel... No.
You
You died.
You get cut in half.
You respawn at the beginning of this dungeon, and you have to get... yeah, you have to wait for your friends for the next raid. No. You dive through. The edge of your cloak gets caught underneath and rips as you kind of tumble out of it. Just barely.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, you are now back within this main chamber.
Okay.
Wait, so it doesn't if the portcullis shuts when we break the chain?
It does.
Yes.
Well, how are people supposed to get through then? That's silly.
Well, apparently there's more to the puzzle.
Is there anything that would be useful in the room for making this connection?
Conductor of some sort?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Not in the room. Not where you are.
Need another chain.
Indeed. Could we
Sensing a theme. Chains.
Chains. 2 chains.
2 chains.
He's everywhere.
He is everywhere. It's spreading. Well, I don't know.
What's the distance between them again?
It's actually
30 feet?
it's 25.
Okay.
I apologize.
25 feet.
What happens if we connect it with a rope rather than with us?
Let's try it.
I mean, we can try it. I kind of don't think it's going to carry it, but we can
Outside
try
the
it.
game, I think that's a very poor conductor of electricity, but
I completely agree. I'm out of ideas.
doesn't know what electricity works.
For-
So yeah, let's do it.
For sure, it is a terrible conductor of
Fire up the
electricity.
spaghetti cannon.
Yeah, all-
aim it at that wall.
All Grimchuck did. Grimchuck found out that people conduct electricity by touching you, but that's about as far as he knows. He doesn't know what else.
Well,
conduct
so
electricity.
Elun's gonna take his rope
So you're
out.
saying there's sparks between you?
I just want to make sure that this is not magical of some kind. And Elduin will tie one end of the rope around one pedestal and one end of the rope around the other.
Do you use anything else for conduction?
No.
Conjunctions.
No.
What's its function?
It's just
Exactly.
temperament. God damn it.
Looking up pillars and symbols.
You notice a slight rise to the edges of the rope as this energy, not specifically electricity, does flow through.
Oh.
And do we hear anything?
And behind
down
you,
the
Loud
hallway?
Scout, you hear the door. The portcullis.
So the rope worked?
The rope works.
Alright.
It's not electricity, which is why the shocking grasp didn't do anything.
Heyo.
Push your glasses farther.
Your dad glasses.
Push your glasses. Yeah. And with that,
I see your dadliness and I raise you.
what do you raise a dad? How do you raise dadliness?
By pushing your glasses up your
I see.
fucking nose.
But we digress. Elduin with this is going to go and run and jump across the
You
chasm.
want to
again.
rope it up first?
No, I'm excited about the
Ropes are for the
discovered
weak.
rope.
I rolled a
Do it.
1 last time.
And the clumsy.
17.
You make it just fine.
Woo! I go too. Watch me roll badly.
I'm gonna laugh.
No. 21.
You're fine.
After the
Also,
last
I have
time...
luck.
I'll do the rope if you want to.
Yeah. I mean, I think I am going to try to walk on the wall instead of jumping this time after...
You should still rope.
Yes, I'll still rope, for sure. I will still tie the rope to myself, but I am going to try the walking instead of the jumping.
Okay.
So what do you want me to roll for that?
Well, so you're gonna walk up the wall. You're gonna walk. I would like you to roll an acrobatics check to basically not to tumble. What you're doing is once you get to a point that's close enough, you're going to have to do some weird ass fucking like splits to kind of like make your way across with one.
Rain
shoe.
is better at that than jumping.
Sure.
So sure.
Rain's doing the splits, everybody.
Let's see. Yeah, totally. Okay. So that'll be a 19.
19.
Yes.
So yes, you see Rain kind of disappear into the upper chasm for just a moment as she kind of walks up the wall and along the edge. You then see her walk down the other side.
Awesome.
And then as she is upside down on the ceiling of the other portion of the hallway, you make it. You see her jump down, land carefully.
Yep.
All right. Hand the rope to friend Metolius, as I weigh a lot.
Ilduin's just hanging out on the far side of the chasm.
All right.
Just in case.
Do you want to help me hold this rope, Metolius?
Sure.
Just in case.
Oh, I clear the shit out of that one.
Okay, cool.
Athletics, you said?
Yes.
Yes.
25.
25?
Yes.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just
That's
after
everybody?
We're back.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
Alright. Let's go. Onward.
We solved your hole in the ground puzzle.
There you go. I knew you guys could do it. I was hoping. So, as you now have made it back across the chasm, what do you guys do?
Well, let's head to the portcullis that just opened.
Word?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's going?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Are we going sneaky? Or are we just going?
I mean,
Lobsat's
I'm
not gonna
going
hang out here by
cautiously.
himself, so
Rain, might you scout ahead?
Oh, I absolutely can.
So, Rain,
Cool.
sneaky?
Yeah, I'll sneak ahead.
So, as you all enter through the portcullis, Rain, you stealth ahead.
And that'll be a 16 for my stealth.
16?
Yep.
Okay, so you move north through this 30-foot hallway. You find that it turns to the west, leading down a bit longer, almost a 60-foot ways down, turning again back to the north.
Okay. So this is like the longest corridor we've seen so
Absolutely.
far. Okay.
And yeah, you are once again turned around to this north-facing area.
Like, just like blindly looking right now, it just looks like a long corridor, nothing special between here and the end of it.
Long corridor and a turn to the north.
Okay.
That's all you see.
So I'll probably, like, go ahead maybe, like, carefully another, 20, 30 feet and look for traps and see if there's anything special about the corridor other than,
Okay,
and just check that out first.
Totally.
Before sending anybody else ahead.
perception.
That would be a 1.
You don't notice anything.
Alright.
Wow.
To you, it looks
as
safe.
far
A lot of
as I
ones
know,
going
this
around
is a
today.
really safe corridor, guys. So I go ahead and
You
go
go
back
back.
and let them know that.
Cool. Elduin presses on.
Clearly, totally safe.
Yeah, it's
So
yeah.
listen.
There's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We make our way down the corridor.
Okay, and you turn that northwise again.
Yeah. Do you guys want me to sneak ahead of the next corner too?
Sure.
All right. Do you want me to roll another stealth?
Yes.
Okay.
Elduin's gonna follow a little bit behind her, and also
That'll be a
try to
19 this
stealthy.
time.
Okay.
You have advantage.
So if you're a little bit behind her, you're not actually turning the corner then, correct?
Yeah, I'm like between her and the rest.
Sure. So only Rain's going to see what she sees next when she turns the corner to look down.
I'm 14.
Okay. You believe you're quite stealthy.
Delightful.
As much as Rain. As you turn the corner, Rain, you see a slightly different shaped room. As the hallway goes only about 10 feet down from where you're standing, it opens to a widening room, almost shaped like a kind of basin. So, what you can see opens to a flat wall against the back. There seems to be small carvings in the wall, probably about 5 to 6 feet wide, lining
Like the carvings are 5 feet wide?
Yeah, and,
Okay.
and indented into the wall, almost as though like burial plots.
Okay, okay.
In the center, you see not a pit, but a hole that seems to go downwards. The top seems to have an angular cut, almost like maybe stairs or something like that.
Okay.
You see 2 of those stone sentries. Between them sits a large burial slab, and to the sides
More of this.
sits 2 other, smaller burial slabs.
Okay.
Upon each slab sits the remains of something, the middle being another robed figure similar to what you saw in the first room.
Alright.
Hovering 5 feet above this creature, lying upon the slab, a shadowy green and black smoke figure, almost made of this, sits. His robes flow as though similar to the ones you saw upon the white in the early room, but this made almost incorporeal. And he stands there over this slab and looks down. You see green smoke writhing upon his gnarled, translucent hand.
Yeah, I will very quietly go back around the corner. Give everyone a silent, like, hand up, like, don't come any closer yet motion. And maybe direct people a little further back in the corridor till I feel like I can quietly let them know what I saw without any sound traveling to the room that I just saw.
Cool. Sounds good. What else so you tell everyone?
What you've
Yeah,
seen.
relay the whole scene that you guys just heard.
This is concerning.
Yes.
Does it sound like something I might have encountered before?
Could be. Something similar.
Well, let's see if I can. How accurately I can recall these things. Nature.
Sure.
10.
There are a few things that come to your mind when you think of what this creature could be. In its incorporeal nature, it could be a specter. But if your wary mind persists, it could be something much worse.
A powerful foe potentially awaits us, but I think we can overcome it.
What manner of foe?
An undead creature of an incorporeal nature. I encountered one in the same Elven ruins that led me here to this island.
Oh, well then, you have some experience dealing with this then. Please tell us what you've learned.
It sounds mildly, certainly kicks off those those notations.
Warning
in your brain.
bells.
Yeah.
What's
Red
it-
flags go up.
What are these? What is this creature's weakness? How did you defeat it?
The holy power of Maliki defeated it, and the powers I wield through my blade helped me defeat it. I believe it does not enjoy the light of day. It is a creature of darkness,
Well,
and normal weapons will not be able to hurt it as much.
well then.
And on that note, I reach out and touch Grimtuck's axe,
Mm-hmm.
and I cast magic weapon upon it.
Ooh. Fancy.
For the next
Nice.
That's a
hour,
good idea.
it is a +1 magic weapon.
Neat. +1 magic silver great axe.
Yeah.
Down.
Cool. Down.
It
Super
is
down.
a concentration spell, so it could not be an hour.
Could falter.
Right. Right.
Let me fight until exhaustion, and then at that point, if I can't handle it, you come in and join the battle. But you can maintain the hold on the spell while I take on the beast.
I think it will take all of us working in tandem to bring this creature down.
Fair enough.
But if you want to kick it off, friend, I will not stop you.
Yes. Yes, I do. Magic axe. Just looking at it. Yeah.
So, what do you guys do?
Well,
reached our-
what's our game plan?
Well, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna hit it with this axe.
Obviously, the plan has been made. We're good.
But should we do anything slightly before or after that?
I think we should just bring the full fury of our might upon it, and hopefully we will defeat it before it has much of a chance to react.
What about surprise?
If you can get surprise.
It's very surprising to see me running at you with an axe.
I completely agree. That sounds terrifying. However, perhaps I could take a shot in the dark. From the dark, first.
Sounds good to me.
Alright. Well then, Elduin is... Are we agreed then? Party?
Yes.
Hearing the word shot, Loud Scout pulls out his bottle and takes a drink.
Fantastic. And Rain,
And
would
yes,
you?
I'd love to join you on that.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to start stealthing down the hallway.
Okay.
I will also stealth with him. For a modified 20.
14 for Elduin as well. Not as well.
Okay.
And with the 14, I'm going to try to make it around the bend to see this large floating thing.
Sure. So it stands there, hovering over as though staring down upon this slab.
Okay. Well then, I'm going to pull out my bow.
Yeah.
I'm going to notch an arrow.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to try to fire at it.
Yep.
On the count of 3 with Rain.
Yes.
And when the count of 3 happens, Grimtuck is just gonna haul ass towards this thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a little pull my bow out, and then I'll use just my index and my middle finger to hold it back, and with my pinky and my ring finger, I can just count down 1, 2, and then on the last one.
Sounds
Okay.
good to me.
As the two archers round the corner and the sullen figure hangs high over the corpse, we'll catch up on this upon the next episode. Hey all, Chris here. Again, just wanted to thank you. Made it to our second episode in double digits, first episode of March, and really excited to keep going with this. You can find us on the usual spots such as Podbean and Libsyn, as well as iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play Music. You can also find us online at our website, www.theswordcastadventures.com, our Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at /theswordcast, or our Tumblr at www.tumblr.com/blog/theswordcastadventures, where at the point of you listening to this episode right now should be updated to have all of our most current posts from all of our others, as well as a couple special ones that I've put up tomorrow, as in Sunday, which will be yesterday, if you listen to it on Monday. Anyways, the other place you can find us is at Swordcast Adventures on Twitch, where we play games. Hopefully we'll be getting back to that soon. Otherwise, our next episode comes out on the 19th of March, a couple weeks away. And yeah, don't worry, you'll hear from us soon.